Okay, let's look at a little trick, and it might be a bit of a time-consuming task in the beginning, but as you go to larger networks, bigger networks, and do more tasks, you need to start thinking about automation with whatever you're doing. And so sometimes, pinging a couple different devices or using Nmap or certain tool works great, but what if you've gotten a shell access to a Linux or a Unix box and you don't have Nmap installed and you want to run a ping sweep? You want to move from that system to another system on your target's network. Well, you need to start thinking about some of these ways to automate it. And yes, I can do ping, let me find my mouse, ping 192.168.1.1, count 2. Sit there, let it go, see what happens. Nothing's there. Okay, let's even do a count 1 here. Now try 2. And again, for a /24 network, this is going to take me quite some time to sit here and constantly adjust this, make it a 3. So I need to start thinking about some automation here. And this isn't just for a ping sweep, but as we do some of these enumeration tools or we brute force, you need to start thinking of using loops and automation and a little bit of scripting. I'm not a great scripter. I don't expect you to be a great scripter, but I need you to know a couple of the fundamentals to be successful. Okay, so let's take a look at the for loop here. The for loop in a scripting or programming language, we can use it to run through a series. So we can give it some type of input, whether it's a file and it's going to do some type of task on every line item that we have in a file, or some type of number. So let's look at some simple examples, and then later on in this module you'll be able to see this in action, how we're going to actually use it during a pen test. Okay, so let's type this out. For, to start our for loop, we then have a variable. A lot of times in examples you're going to see it called I. It doesn't really matter what you can call it. You can call it J, you can call it F, you can call it Mike. It doesn't really matter what you call it, but I'm going to call it I just to be simple here. So that's my variable there. Then I'm going to say in, and I'm going to give it some type of input. What do I want it to list through? And as the most simple example, I'm going to use a sequence here, and I'm going to say 1 through 10. Let's close that off. So whatever I'm going to tell it to do next, it is going to go through 1 through 10 for the variable I. So wherever I put I after my semicolon here, it's going to first do whatever the command is for 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. Okay? So put a comma, say do. So what do you want it to do now that we've declared that variable I? So in this case, I want to just echo, which basically says spit it out on the screen. And I'm going to just say number. You know what? Let's even keep it more simpler. Let's just put our variable first. So let's declare or set our variable here, not set it, but say we want to use the variable with the $I. And then I'm going to say done. So what I'm expecting this to do is first I said, so I is going to equal 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And each time I want it to echo those values. So I should see 1 through 10 spit out on the screen here. Did I get everything right? Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now let's add on to this. So let's say echo number. So now it's going to probably want me to put these in quotes. So again, my I is going to equal 1, then 2, then 3, all the way through 10, just like we saw here. But before that spits it out, I'm going to echo the word number with a space there. Okay, so let's see if this works. There you go. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we can see how this might be useful even for a ping sweep. I'm going to do a very small ping sweep. I'm going to go 1 through 10 on my network. So rather than number here and echo, I'm going to say ping with a count of 1, so it's not going to spit out tons of stuff there. 192.168.1 dot, and after my dot is going to be the variable. So in this case, I'm going to start it with a small ping sweep here, but it's going to do ping with a count of 1 to 192.168.1. 1, and then it's going to ping it again, or pings with a count of 1 to 192.168.1.2, then .3, then 4 or 5, all the way up to 10 here. So let's see this in action. Okay, so the first packet didn't go through, second packet, nothing's alive, third packet, nothing's alive there either. For 1.4, nothing, and now we see something for 1.5. There was something up there, nothing for 6, nothing for 7. Nothing for 8. Nothing for 9. And nothing for 10. It looks like there was actually something up for, oh no, we got a destination unreachable there. So we can see though, running this, I did find a device on my network. I basically built a ping sweep using bash here, using a for loop. And so easily, if I was going to do this in a a production environment, what I would want to do here is if I'm doing 192.168.1 through 254, let's say, I would just adjust this number here, 254. Okay, and this could easily, it doesn't have to be a number. This could be a file that I have. It could be, so if you've already got live systems, I can run certain tools. I can run enumeration tools on this. If you input a file here with cat, and you've got a file of live hosts that you did in Nmap, we can run other tools on that. We can do all kinds of stuff that you're going to see in just a second. Okay, but that's a basic for loop. I just want you to understand the concepts of it, maybe play around with it. One more thing, let's just try out here. Let's do, let's just make a list of numbers, every number from 1 through 1,000, so we can see all the different permutations. As if we were trying to, you know what, let's even go further than that. Let's say there was a 3-digit or 4-digit code, like the old iPhones. So I want to break into an iPhone, and I want to see every possible combination, or even with your door lock or your school locker, that you've got those 4 dials that you spin to open it up. Let's see what every possible combination would look like. So I'm going to say my start range is, I actually want to say it's 0, right? Because we have 0 as an option, and my final option is going to be a 9. And I'm only going to do 1 digit here. Do echo I done, and we're going to see those there. If I'm going to do everything between 09 and 1000, I'm sorry, 100, let's do 1000 here. Whoops. There we go, everything between 0 and 1000. 0 and, let's make these all 9s. It's going to spit out all the different combinations there. So we can see every combination ending in 9999. And we can see it starting in, our first one's probably all zeros, at least here. Where are you? Scroll up a little higher. So many numbers. Well, it's going to be in there. It would take me a while to find it there, but we've got every possible combination in there. And we could use sequence to make this a little cleaner. But again, I just want you to understand the purpose of the for loop and how you might be able to use it in some of your automation there.